Hey everybody, and welcome to the final episode of the Volcania series. Now, it's been a long time coming, but we've finally reached the end. We're going to be finishing off the scenario here by completing the suspended swinging coaster. But before we get into that, I just want to go over a few changes I've made to the park. So, I finished off the compact inverter coaster and the wooden coaster in the previous two episodes. So I went ahead and did quite a bit of theming. I changed lots of the terrain textures around, kind of transformed the area. I think it looks pretty good. I'm very happy with the way they both turned out. The color schemes took me ages to settle on, but I kind of like the dark yellow or gold for the inverted, and the wooden coaster, I kind of stole that color scheme off Dirklink. He used this color scheme off one of the wooden coasters in his mega park, so I went ahead and used that. I think it worked out pretty well with the kind of rocky ground texture underneath. So yeah, pretty happy with how that turned out. Also did kind of I went kind of crazy on the volcano itself, and I changed a lot of the terrain textures again, just made it a bit more jagged, and I tried to make it a bit more convincing. So yeah, I think it looks reasonable, but yeah, I also did the added a second river or stream coming down from the volcano. Used a lot of the river rapids track that came in pretty handy there, and yeah, I quite like how that turned out. So anyway, the main objective for this episode will be to finish off the suspended swing coaster, so that's what we'll get into now. Now finally onto the coaster itself. So it's a bit tricky in terms of the layout, because we have to get from the summit of the volcano here, kind of inside the crater at the top, I guess, and then somehow connect that to the outer portion of the volcano. It's going to be tricky because the suspended swinging coaster has kind of a naturally lower excitement rating than the rest of these, so it's going to be kind of challenging to get it to the 6.7. So I think we're going to have lots of tunnels, lots of helixes, yeah, maybe a few bits over the water here as well. So yeah, I think this one's going to be the hardest of the lot. So this might take some time, but I'm confident we can get there in the end. So let's get started. Okay, so we're starting at the top of the volcano here. Now, I'm thinking we could go... don't know if I want a tight piece just there, so we could go this way instead. We're getting up to 28. We're starting at 30, so 28 should be fine there. And then we can probably go back down this way over the waterfall / river rapids. I don't think I want that piece because it's kind of, there's no supports drawn, so I think we'll go with a tight turn and we'll level this out. Another thing I tend to avoid with suspended coaster is drawing in steep pieces here, just because I don't draw the supports, and it just kind of looks funny. And also I think you don't actually see the steep slope on these sort of coasters usually, so yeah, I just tend to avoid that where I can. Now this piece looks alright actually, but it's just a little high off the ground. It's a little bit funny. So I think we'll go do one more piece that way. I'd like to do the first helix here, but the terrain will get in the way, so we'll just do one flat piece like that. Then we can draw in, yeah, there we go, that's alright. Have to do some terrain work again. Should fit under the track there, good. Okay, yeah, I think it looks okay. Yeah, we'll keep that for now. Okay, now I think what we'll do is I want to go a bit further into the volcano again, so maybe give us an S-bend. Helix down? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, now we can bring this out again. Nice. That looks okay. Back up to 26. I think that should make it fairly comfortably, so I don't think we'll have any issues there. Now I'm thinking we could go big sweeping turn down I mean, that'll probably be a little bit too fast. So, and it's also quite high off the ground, so stay away from that. I think we'll go back this way. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Now, I don't want to use a tight turn because the G-forces will be a little high. So, but I also can't do the two large turns because the volcano's in the way. Now, we could go one more this way and then the... There we go. Nice. Yeah, I think that was pretty solid. Now it's going to be going really quickly there. So I think we either need to have a sweeping turn back up or some diagonal track. Maybe an S-bend, then we can get out that way. It will be going quickly, but the S-bend's not that sharp, so I think that'll be okay. Maybe we could go out this way. Maybe something like that. Instead of the sweeping turn up and sweeping turn back down, we could just have a plain old turn. I mean, we'll be going pretty fast, but that's kind of the point of this suspended swinging coaster. Get some speed and, you know, fling the cars around. Okay, maybe we'll just have to do some excavating instead. Getting kind of close to the coaster here, which I'm not a huge fan of. That's unfortunate. Maybe what I can do... So we did have the extra... We had the extra single piece there, so maybe what we can do here is bring this out one more like that. Do the helix down again. And just do the exact same thing, but one tile across. So the diagonal track, we'll just do something like that. Yeah, alright, let's do that. Okay, that took a while, but we're there. Now we've got space for this. So we could do a helix up and get ourselves one unit more. But actually, no, I don't think we need to. Let's do a regular piece like that. And then we can maybe do a sweeping turn? No. What about if we did the helix up? Okay, now we can do it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's the exact same as this piece here, so... No, actually, why not? Let's settle for that. Now we got some good, gonna have some good speed again there. Do we want to go back up like this? Yeah, we should be able to. Maybe we can be cheeky and do a tight piece that way. Yeah. Alright, let's do that. Now, I think that's probably enough track out here. I think we can start making our way back to the chain hill to finish things off. Now, I don't want to intrude on any of this space here because I kind of want the wooden coaster to stand out on its own. So I think what we'll do here is just have one flat piece and then maybe a helix down back into the rock like this. Maybe we can raise the rock back like that. Yeah, just because I kind of like the way this looks and I don't want the suspended coaster to interfere too much with it. So I reckon if we just get it to that point for now and maybe a break before the chain hill was a bit more realistic as well, so we could do that. Let's get 20 Ks, so it's got the helix up to get to. Alright, so that'll be our endpoint. So we really just need to get to there. Now, with that, there's not really going to be any other place where we can bring the coaster out of the volcano here. I mean, we could do one. Don't want to go up again. Could maybe do one. Do a tight turn like this. No, then the coaster's in the way. Helix down maybe. Something like that could work, because it's just kind of a little cheeky section. You don't really notice it, and it's only above the wooden coaster there for a second, so maybe we could do that. Could roll this down. I don't really want a tight turn just yet. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, actually, I think that looks pretty cool. Alright, now that we've done that, that makes me want to do the same thing over here. Let's just see what it looks like. It doesn't, yeah. I mean, it doesn't really interfere with the wooden coaster there, but I don't know if the tight turn looks any good. I think we'll keep it in for now, but then I may come back and remove that. In fact, I may be kind of limited anyway because I'm falling short of space. We could do a helix down first and then the tight turn. Scratch that, helix up, do the tight turn. Alright, now back up to 24. Oh boy, 24. It could struggle to make this, to be honest. I mean, it's not exciting, but we could just do that. Actually, no, we'll do... Let's make it a little bit interesting and put in a couple S-bends back to back. Alright, there we have a layout. You know what, I'm really skeptical that it's even going to make the track, so we are actually going to do a test run here. Alright, here we go. So it's only a single train of 7 cars long. Depending on how this goes, I might reduce that to 6 cars, and then we can hopefully squeeze 2 on in the station platform. So it's pretty good speed so far, actually. It's not too bad. G-forces could be too high there. That's pretty good speed actually. Or it just crawls through that end bit, but it makes it fairly comfortably. I think if the G-force lateral Gs are less than 2.8, we should have a pretty decent rating, so we're just going to check that. Nah, 3.15. Ultra extreme. Let's actually just follow the plot here and make sure that it is this bit of track, this tight turn here. Yeah, there it is. It's kind of hard to see, but the 3G mark is hit there. So we'll fix that up. Now that could be easier said than done. So we'll go back underground like this. Now we're at 19 there, we're going to have to go down to 18 with the helix down. But that's okay. And we should just be able to... Actually, we'll do this. There we go. Alright. Nothing too bad there, I don't think. Should be keeping our eye on the lateral G's as well. Just from a quick scan, it doesn't look like there's anything too much over 2. So I don't think we're going to have any issues with stats there, and I think it'll make the excitement rating pretty comfortably. So we're going to stop it there. So I've had a little bit of a think about this, and whilst I like the design here, there's a couple things I'm not so keen on, and one of them is how high this section is off the ground. And overall, it's just a bit too kind of... It's going to sound weird, but it's a bit up and down for me. I'd prefer it to look a little bit smoother, have a few more helixes, that kind of thing. So we're actually going to remove a large portion of the track. Okay, now we'll do something similar here. Wrong way to mess with this land. Alright, so yeah, we'll go up to 23. Then I think we can do a sweeping turn down like that. And I like that a bit more. Don't think we'll go all the way down though. I think we'll do level it out there. Could go out this way, but I think a bit high off the ground again. I think we can do a helix down back into the rock. And then we can go continue that. Like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And now we can head back this way. We'll be going pretty quickly there, so some diagonal track will probably be useful. Now, I think a helix down there. Then we'll go back out this way. And now this will be a good spot for like a helix again, just over the, or near the river rapids there. That look? It's not too bad. I think I'm going to bring it out one though. So we'll have one piece there and then do the same thing. So I don't want it too close to this kind of waterfall. Okay. That's good. I could do some diagonal track there because it will be going pretty fast, but it's a little bit low down. I think we're just gonna see if we can do a helix up. Yeah, something like that. Just extend the volcano a little bit. Now we could actually just connect it up pretty simply, but I think we'll do one more. Maybe not. More straight and then this. Now we're at 18 there, so we'll need to go flat to fit under this track here. Now, I want to go out of the rock and back in again one more time. I think we can do something interesting with this face here. So, I think we'll go back up like this. Then level it out. Okay. Now we won't be going too quickly here because we'll have lost a bit of speed. So I think we can get away with doing a tight sweeping turn like this. Looks a bit weird without the supports, so I'll delete that path. Okay, now we can basically just try and connect it up to this section like before. So I think we'll do... We need a bit of... It's only a couple tiles away where we need to get out of, so we'll need to do some diagonal track. A couple helixes up. And an S-bend maybe? Yeah. Where are we at there? 18 or 19. Okay, so then we can... Yeah, I think that works. So this is probably a good thing to go one tile less than before, because since the track's a bit longer, we'll have lost a bit more speed. So I think that'll work out nicely. So we'll just do the exact same thing before. as before. So turn around there, then a couple pieces up, and then I think it was just a helix down, a couple S-bends, and this time a helix up to make the track. Perfect. I will increase that brake to 28 just because it's connected by two helix ups. So there we go. I think that'll work out nicely. Overall, I think I'm much happier with this layout. I think it's a bit more smooth, and I like the additional helixes. I especially like this bit near the cascading waterfall there. So now, just off camera, I made a quick change and brought this basically back one, so the helix is actually one tile closer to the waterfall here. I think it came out this way a little bit too far, but yeah, nothing too significant. But anyway, we're going to give this one a test and see how it goes. Okay, so into the new section of track now. Yeah, I think it looks really nice and clean through that. It's picking up some pretty decent speed there, but oh yeah, it really flies around that. But it's not too bad, and I don't think it's too fast around those tight sweeping turns. Good speed through there. And yeah, it slows down there a fair bit, but I'm not that bothered because you can't see it, and I think it's a realistic thing to have it slow down before the final chain hill. Okay, so we've got a 2.26 G on max laterals, so that's not too bad. And I'm just going to quickly look at the excitement rating before the objective completes. Alright, 7.12 excitement, beautiful. So that's enough to hit the scenario objective. So yeah, I'll finish off the rest of the park. I'll do the final decorations and touch-ups to the coaster. And I think I'll make one final video for the series where we go on a bit of a park overview. We'll go on a ride of all the coasters. I think this episode's going to be pretty long as it is, so we'll leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.